Welcome back to Some Offense Intended. I'm Jeremy Robinson.
I am Mike Mick.
I have one note.
One note.
Yeah, it's
That's up from earlier when you said you had none.
yeah, it's Bimmer versus Beamer. So like
Oh yeah,
people that own BMWs, like I understand there's a nickname for it, Beamer.
Yeah.
Why?
Which actually I don't understand that. Let me explain why. But because you've already shortened the name by calling it BMW.
Yeah.
Because the name of it is
Bavarian Motorworks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're already shortening the name by giving it initials, and now you have to give it a nickname as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So people on the internet spell it Bimmer for Beamer.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
Beamer is Beamer.
Yes, thank you.
So Beamer versus Bimmer. It's the same amount of letters. It's not easier to type one way or the other.
Yeah.
One way is a word. The other way is a not.
See, now when you did the spelling of that, I just pictured some kid in a spelling bee stepping forward to the microphone. Can I get that in a sentence? Because they always ask a bunch of questions before they spell it.
Yeah, but it's like a light switch, that has the up and down to make it brighter and darker.
Yeah.
Bimmer. The light switch Bimmer.
Or instead of dinner, I'm going to have Bimmer tonight.
Yeah. So I made a joke to one of the roommates. I was like, "Yeah, I wonder if the BMW came with blinkers." And he wasn't really paying much attention.
Yeah.
So it definitely caught him off guard. He's like, I didn't know that was an option kind of thing. I'm like, no, I just mean because most BMW drivers don't use a blinker. So, like, I wonder if it
so
came
they didn't
with
get that option. Yeah.
Yeah, or if it wasn't an option. And after I explained it, and he just started laughing. He's like, I can't believe I thought that you were serious.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of. There's so many people who don't use their turn signals at all.
Not at all.
And some people, it kind of affects how you're driving, because I'm trying to turn right onto a street and I see a car coming, and I'm stopped because I don't want to hit the car, and then they turn left before they get to me.
Yeah. Yeah, but at the same time, because there's so many people that don't use their turn signals, I don't trust turn signals either.
Oh yeah.
So like if I'm getting ready to pull out of a plaza, just like you were talking about, you're going to turn right from like a parking lot to a street.
Yeah.
And they look like they're going to turn into the parking lot. They slow down a little bit, and they have their blinker on. I don't trust you. I'm going to wait till I see the wheels like almost 45-degree angle. And
I find myself doing that sometimes too.
And then I'll take off.
Because I've also had times where a car was he was turning off the street onto another street.
Yeah.
And then he realized, oh shit, this isn't the street I need, and he pulls back out.
Yeah.
And at that point, he almost hits me, because
exactly.
I'm not going to stop for him to get off the street. I mean, that's just not driving.
So blinker and no blinker, I don't trust you.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, and then there's the people who drive with it on for a long time.
Yeah, there are some cars. I used to wonder, like, how can you do that? Because you can hear it. There's a lot of cars now that you can't hear anything.
Mine would drive me nuts. I would hear it, and it would just...
Like, depending on how loud my music is, I can't hear it in my car. But I've heard some cars that it's a loud clicking.
Oh, yeah.
But I've had some that it's silent. And unless, with how much people don't pay attention outside of their cars, unless you're looking at the speedometer, you don't see the flashy either. Because if you're zoned in, like out the windshield, like people get...
I just use my Terminator vision so I know how fast I'm going.
Yeah, people just have
this... It just dials up and it shows it on my display.
People have this massive tunnel vision that, like, they have no idea what's going on.
Oh, yeah, the people who don't look behind them drives me nuts.
Well,
they just change lanes and they don't even realize, oh shit, there's somebody behind me.
Well, every now and then I'll get bored and like watch other drivers when I'm driving.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, like, I understand, like, the rearview mirror, you can glance without moving your head. The side mirrors, you kind of have to turn your head a little bit.
Yeah.
And I check mine, I don't know, every like 20 seconds.
I check mine fairly often, yeah.
And
especially if I'm about to change lanes, I'm going to look,
There's people that for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, like if we're on a straightaway and we're just watching them, they don't look
at all
anywhere. Just dead straight ahead, just like, just zombie.
I know, I see the same thing.
It's really curious.
But like I said, people will pull between two cars, leaving no distance between them at all.
Yeah. I forgot to get my water.
That's not good.
I'll live.
I have an extra Dr. Pepper.
Maybe. But that's thirst quenching for sure.
I do have a couple notes.
Mike has a new shirt.
I do.
It says, I'm a ray of fucking sunshine.
And I am.
And he's got the...
I got the matching shoes.
Yeah, show him the bottom of it. Oh, okay, good job.
I got to see them all.
They're the what taxis? The Air Force One taxis?
Air Force One taxi, okay. Yeah. I've had them for a while. I like them a lot.
And they match his shirt, so we had to put them on.
Oh, yeah. Well, I actually wore the shirt because I wanted to wear the shoes. It wasn't the other way around.
He's wearing an Aces hat because we're going to a game tomorrow, yes. Finally.
And I got this hat. There was a trivia thing, as you know about. I went up and answered a question, and I was wrong. So I was given a pen. Actually, that sounds a little bit like the click of the pen.
So that you can write down
what the right answer was. I didn't. I should have, but
see.
But somebody else, a good friend at work, she got the question right, her question right. She gave me the hat.
I didn't even go up to it because I don't care.
I got a picture with the mascot.
What is that? The mascot?
I don't know what that thing is. But
like
I like it.
Giant, like it's Grimace's cousin.
Except it's not hawking shitty food.
I don't know. Have you eaten at the stadium?
Oh no, I've only been there.
I didn't know that you could. The hot dogs that they have, they're like $6 a piece, which I figure is normal for baseball stadium stuff. I didn't know you could have it's weirdly too wet, but it's dry at the same time.
That's weird.
Yeah, so like the bun.
See, that's disappointing because
the bun holds a little more moisture, but the hot dog is dry. I'm like, how do you? This is opposite.
Oh, the bun is a sponge, so it absorbed it all from the hot dog. Apparently,
but I don't.
But that's disappointing because
I've never had that before.
It's always a thing. Is you go to a game, a baseball game, and you get a hot dog.
Yeah.
Well, when I went to Dodger Stadium, it was half price food day. I had many hot dogs.
So they have. I think it's like a strawberry cheesecake, funnel cake fries.
You had me at strawberry cheesecake.
Holy fuck, are they good?
I want that.
I don't know if it's every time.
If they have that, I want that.
Yeah, it's really fucking
I'm getting that. That's happening.
Before I forget, Riverside did something new.
Oh, is it good?
It's half good.
Okay. These are half
so
right.
They still haven't listened to what I suggested, and I think I'm going to email them again because we use one camera for the whole shot, and I want to be able to adjust the frame, like my side, your side.
Yeah.
So they still haven't done that. However, they have a new thing called Magic Clips, which is, I think, an AI-based something. I don't know how it does it. I would imagine it's either based off of, like, how I was talking about the easiest way that I could go through without having to read the transcripts to find a clip is I find the audio spikes.
Yeah.
Because I know that's where my laugh is. Because that's the loudest fucking thing on the track.
Yeah.
And then go back like 20 seconds. So it auto creates now, I think, 8 or 9 auto clips between like 10 and 45 seconds long. And it titles them and marks exactly where they are in the transcript, exactly where they are wherever. So
now this is either going to work out really well for us since it's AI, or it's going to be the end of the world.
Yeah.
One of the two.
So it still has only the dead center. Like if you're watching, it's only this spot. So you can't see me or Mike. However, because it gives the exact timestamps and everything like that,
you can find
now I can do that way simpler.
Yeah.
And it will take maybe 1/10 of the time than having to either watch the whole thing, read the whole transcript, and figure out like, okay, well, which one's the best.
Yeah.
And I can just do it from that.
So, a lot of me is probably the best.
So I think by the time this comes out, I might have already done some. I think next Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to take the external hard drive down to my computer where I have the Adobe shit installed, and then just make like 6 hours in a row of like this episode, these timestamps, this episode, and like just make a full list down the line. Because I think it'll go back and do it too. So all the videos that we still have on Riverside, I can go back and do all those.
Nice.
So that'll
make things easier.
how many video episodes do we have now? Like 30?
Something like that. We have quite a few. I don't know how many.
I think it was right around episode 30 that we started videoing. So that'll be almost 200 pieces of content.
Nice.
So, and then just start scheduling. So I'll probably like do the list and start doing some. And then like one of the other days that week, I'll finish doing the rest. And then it's going to be another day of uploading and scheduling for like not in a row of like the sequence of episodes, but a randomized file, and then like the link to the full episode to schedule like 2 or 3 a day to post for Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Threads. I still haven't made an account, so
I should have done.
That's the video editing. I think just got way easier.
That's good
because then all I have to do is grab frame left, frame right, and then like have the switch.
Plus,
whenever
you'll know
one of us is talking.
which ones will be good to use, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. So
they kind of did something good.
Yeah, like I said, it's half good. If I could move the frames, it would have been fucking perfect.
Half thank you, Riverside.
Yeah, you. So, what are these notes you got?
Well, first I wanted to go over my my week of fast food.
Okay.
Because as we know, I do not have a lot of luck with fast food.
On this week's segment of Mike gets fucked up food and then gets rewarded $100 for it.
This time it was kind of weird because I told you I had the thing with Burger King. They gave me the crowns or rewards points.
Yeah. Oh, so quick note on that. So the whole thing that I thought you were talking about, the paper crowns.
Yeah.
The next time Mike went into Burger King, he sent me a picture of they had, I don't know, what was it, like 50?
At least.
Around 50 like paper crowns made and stacked like a paper card house. Like,
they had them actually all around the
restaurant
pyramid too.
Like right next to the soda fountain.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm glad they gave you your crowns.
Yeah, I saw those crowns. I was like, I gotta send a picture of this to Jeremy.
Yeah.
But no, it's funny because I ordered my food and I went there to pick it up that day. All right, so I ordered the food that was free, and then I'm like, oh, 2 cookies for $1. Perfect. I'll get a couple cookies. I go there, I walk in, and he's like, oh, we're out of cookies.
Make some more.
I'm like, what can you substitute for it? I'm thinking I'm not getting much because the cookies, it's 2 of them for $1.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I can give you Hershey's pie. Hershey's pie is $2.89.
Yeah. So you got 2 for $1.
So he gave me 2 Hershey's pies.
No shit.
Yeah. So I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I still had points from Popeyes because they'd screwed up my food earlier that week.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to go to Popeyes. I go to Popeyes, I get my food, and I walk out to the car. Well, first I go to get my food. The guy boxes up the food. He's sitting there boxing it up, and I'm seeing him, and he sets it there. Then he goes in back because they're waiting for my chicken nuggets.
Right.
Because I need more than just a sandwich. So he goes in back, and he's like, yeah, they're coming out of the fryer. Other person comes over to box up my food. I don't notice this. She takes all the food that's sitting there, boxes it, puts it in the bag, and then she takes a bag and puts it in fries, puts that in the bag. Well, one of the boxes that was already sitting on the counter was a full box of a large order of fries. So then she bags up another order of fries and puts it in there, which was a regular size fries. So I get home and I get all my food and I have 2 orders of fries instead of just 1. So that was good luck.
So finally, you had good fuck ups this time instead of.
But then yesterday.
Like, no, hold on.
But then yesterday, I decide, what do I want to eat? I don't want to cook. I'm exhausted. I was tired all day. I decided to go to Popeyes again. I go into Popeyes and I get out of my car. I'm about to leave and I'm like, I'm going to look at the sandwich. I think there's something wrong. I look at the sandwich. There's something wrong. I go to my app, and I complain on the app. I'm still in the parking lot of Popeyes. Keep this in mind.
Right.
And immediately they're like, how about we give you some points? This many points. I'm like, fine. Give me the points. Then I get off the app, put my phone down, walk in the store. This is supposed to be this. They give me these sandwiches. I'm tired of not getting home with the food, and then, they give me points for my next time. But then what do I do then? I'm still fucking hungry.
Yeah.
So I got my sandwich and I got points.
Yeah, that's like, I was thinking about it the other day because
People tell me I'm lucky. I'm like,
I think it was within this past week. Me and Josh went to Del Taco, and I mean, we got, I don't know, I think it was like 12 or 15 things total.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to count through a bag of tacos to like count how many of this or that. So I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure we got everything. So we drive off, get home, and like sorting out the food. And he's one taco short on his side, and I had everything on mine. I was thinking about it, and I'm like,
let me interrupt. It sounds like there's a joke in there. You know, like somebody's one can short of.
no, yeah. One taco short of a, whatever Taco Bell calls their fucking party pack.
Yeah.
I think it's a party pack. But no, so I was thinking about it, and I'm like, so if you only get like $10 or $15 per shift of like free food meal stuff as an employee,
yeah,
one way around that would be anybody that gets like around 12 plus items,
yeah,
you keep one of them for yourself.
Yeah.
And then, because they're not going to notice till later, if at all. And then you'll have potentially like 15 free fucking items to eat for free.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going on.
It could be. But a lot of times if there's an error or something like that, they make them throw it away because they know that if they let them eat it, chances are people are going to make errors all the time.
Well, around like midnight, 1 o'clock is when I normally go to Del Taco. There's nobody that's going to make them do anything.
Yeah.
We're lucky that they open the window and talk to you.
True that.
Because
I do like Del Taco, though.
The Wendy's that's over here used to be 24 hours, and that, like, there's a car in there, the kitchen's lit up. They won't talk to you. They're just napping or doing something. I don't know. And then the McDonald's that's right there, it's a crapshoot whether their computers are on.
See, now the Burger King near me says it's open 24 hours.
What?
But I'm skeptical.
I don't think I've ever seen
I'd never seen it before, but the sign.
Maybe one in
They have
Vegas.
more than one sign. And I pull up, but like I've been there while I was on my way home, and I looked on the app because they had a breakfast sandwich, a French toast breakfast sandwich.
That sounds good.
And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm in. I got to have this. So I order it. I left work early that day. It says they're open at 6. I get there before 6:30. Nothing. Nobody there. The drive-thru's blocked off. So I go over, I run over to the grocery store, pick something up because it's right across the parking lot, basically. Come back around 7. Still nobody there.
They just roll in at like 9:30 or 10.
And they're like, oh, shit, check this out. We got this order we can eat.
Yeah.
So I went home and
I'm pissed.
I had to work that night.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get some sleep. So I get home and I go on the app and I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? I didn't say that, but I let them know what happened. And minutes later, I had the full refund of the money.
Well, good.
Which I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I got the money back.
Obviously.
But now I don't have the sandwich. I've still not had the sandwich because it was a limited time thing and they haven't fucking brought it back. So I'm a little pissed off about that one.
Yeah.
Don't say you're going to be open at 6 if you're not open at 6.
There's a lot of companies that do that. A lot of restaurants.
But now they say they're open 24 hours.
Yeah,
So that's why I'm skeptical.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't actually tried it.
And just do a drive-by in the morning. Just drive past and see if lights are on. You're like, okay. Like 4.
You said do a drive-by. I went a different direction.
Yeah. No, I heard it as soon as I said it. Yeah, that's fine.
So I do have some notes.
Okay.
And this one thing I'm about to mention, I did look it up and I watched the video to see, because I heard somebody mention that she said this. But, you know, sometimes people will misinterpret things on purpose to get clicks.
Yeah.
Well, this person, our vice president of the United States,
right?
She was on doing something about clean energy and pollution, and
I'm sure
that stuff bad. Well, she goes on there and she talks about how they need to start investing in clean energy and electric cars.
Right.
That and lowering our population will help children breathe cleaner and breathe easier and drink clean water.
We're having less clean water because the government's adding chemicals to them. Like fluoride is being added in a lot of cities to the drinking supply.
But what I'm saying though is that she's...
I'm going to touch on that in a second. Okay. But that's the clean water thing isn't an us problem. Like, yeah, every once in a while, like, or if the cops raid something, or like, I don't understand why. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, this prescription's out. Let me just flush this whole fucking bottle of ibuprofen or Perks or whatever down the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
Stop it. Throw it away. Or there's like at whatever pharmacies, there's like, dump out your old prescription and then they can dispose of it in a way that isn't polluting the fucking water.
Well, if you put it in your garbage, it'll end up in the landfill, and the seagulls and the rats.
And it can leach in, whatever.
The seagulls and the rats will eat it, and we don't want those anyway, so...
Just throw your car battery in the ocean.
There you go. Wait, I'm not supposed to
Not legal advice. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so lower the population.
Yeah. See, later on, said that was a mistake. She meant to say pollution, but...
That's... Knowing who it is, I can see that was a mistake.
Yeah, well, also seeing who she spends time with.
Yeah.
It can rub off.
Like, it's definitely a massive fuck up.
Words. Huge.
Like, of all the words you could have accidentally put there, that's a little suspicious.
But I also think, okay, but if we're lowering population, then where are these kids going to be that are drinking this water and drinking it and breathing this clean air?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess there'll be less of those doing that, so that'll be better.
I think it's interesting. You know the whole Georgia Guidestone story?
Yeah.
Of the massive, like, almost not nowhere near as big as Stonehenge, but massive, like, rock structures that had, like, guidelines to keep society running for a long time or whatever. Yeah. And one of the main ones was about population control. Yeah. And then once there was quite a few people doing, like, putting it out there in the media of, like, this is here, this is what it says, and, like, this is what the elites, quote unquote, are trying to do, and like this and that.
This is not the first thing I've heard.
Then there was all kinds of threats. Then there was all kinds of threats and this and that about the Georgia Guidestones, and then because they had cameras on it, I don't remember exactly why, but they had cameras on it, and then one day somebody came in with a truck, like backed into one of them, broke it, planted explosives, drove off, blew them up, and then that was it. Like, they never investigated. They never like, oh, well, let's find out who this was. They never did it. They didn't put them back up. They didn't, nothing. Just gone. They were blown up, out of existence, out of the media spotlight. Nothing else about them.
Of course, there are people with pictures of it, so they can always post them.
Yeah.
All over. Like, yeah. Unless they're going to pull up trucks of people with their cameras and knock them over and pull them.
Yeah, that's like.
But no, there recently. I actually not recently. A while back, I heard a podcast, and one of the guests on the podcast was talking about this website that predicts where the population is going to be at different times, and there was a big downturn at one point that it shows. And
you remember around what year?
Coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he was talking about. He did a lot of talk about COVID at the time also.
Oh, okay, so it was semi-recent.
But then if you look at it, you think, okay, they want the population down. I mean, let's say she did say what she...
Right.
She didn't say what she meant to say, but it was really what they were thinking. That would explain why they're getting so close to World War III. Because that would be a big way to knock down population, to be honest.
Yes and no. I think if we had a world war right now, with how much we have, like, AI, drones, like, all kinds of stuff that are controlled from, like, Creech Air Force Base, is who flies most of, like, the Predators and all the other drones. I think unless something went, like, massively nuclear,
that's what I mean.
Or if somebody, like, tried to invade, I think we could handle it all without even boots on the ground.
Wow.
I think it would be very quick.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. So if there was, like, anything else, I don't think it would be anywhere near as long as
but there would still be some
wars in the past.
Yeah, but there'd still be some deaths.
There would definitely be
that would bring
deaths
the
on
world
both sides,
population,
for
yeah.
sure.
But they also talked about, which you'll find that's interesting, is what they're doing to land, and how they're trying to move people out of the rural areas and into
That's really weird to me.
and buying up land
Mm-hmm.
to move people out of these rural areas. And we do know of a billionaire who happened to buy a lot of land in a place called South Dakota.
Yeah, Bill Gates owns a shitload of land.
So
Apparently, he's not the biggest landowner, like farm landowner in the States, though. I was looking it up a while ago, shortly after we talked about it. And I think it's some company that Bill Gates also has like a contract with to like kind of lease and do farm stuff with a little bit. So there is a little bit of connection, but not directly tied to Bill Gates.
yeah. But I'm just saying
this
that
landowner.
that would be something that would be pointing to the direction of that they're
Yeah.
trying to get people out of that area, keep it for themselves.
Well, and I also think it's interesting that like in a lot of sci-fi movies, TV shows, whatever, if they go on long enough, they normally have at least one episode or chunk about population control, like Stargate.
Yeah.
You remember the episode in Stargate about?
I didn't actually see Stargate, but
Okay, so there's an episode where they're exploring the universe through the Stargate. So they open the Stargate, normal day, and they end up going through a solar flare on accident, like in the middle of the wormhole. So it loops them back to Earth, or to the planet they're going to, I don't remember. But it's like 200 or 300 years in the future. And like all the food's free, all healthcare is free, like no worries. There's transporters that like take you to the main areas and then like go back to your rooms. And like decent like public halls and stuff to do, whatever. And part of the like, oh, this is such a happy future. And everybody's healthy and this is like there's no war, it's all peaceful, it's this, it's that. So they're stuck there for a while, and one of them tries to have kids, and they're like, yeah, you can't have kids. And they're like, well, why? They're like, well, turns out like the free healthcare that they're doing is to make everyone infertile. So they end up like trying to figure out, because they have to wait like 25 years till they can schedule, like find out when the next solar flare is to jump back in time to where they came from. And they find out that that's what it all is, and then stop that initial meeting from happening that'll create that future. But there's so many different things that are all like population control based science fiction stuff that I guess it could be like one of the general fears that people think about.
Well, China has had laws for population for years.
Yeah.
And people will actually kill a child until they have a son,
So
because they
can
want to have a
continue
son.
their name. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I don't know. Different. It is
Well, it's
population
not-
control, but
It's a law.
different
It's not
than-
actually taking somebody and taking away their ability to have a child. That's a whole different level.
Yeah. So I think it's a weird thing that it's so prevalent in science fiction. And if you've read 1984 or know anything about any of that, a lot of what goes on in science fiction comes true.
Oh yeah, they're predicting it,
Yeah.
kind of like the
Simpsons
Simpsons.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think she meant population control, but
She probably didn't,
yeah.
but of course it's going to draw people's attention. Like I typed it in to YouTube to double check it to make sure that I had seen the video and heard it come out of her mouth.
Yeah.
Instead of just somebody else, and it popped up a lot. Like there wasn't just one on there; there was a lot of.
Well, and Bill Gates has been researching into population control, like options to have to do with drugs and a lot of other things since like 1991. He's been writing papers about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time.
That is.
It's 32 years this year.
But yeah, but actually, but I also see people saying that people are having less kids now. So it seems like it's a problem that's working itself out.
Yeah, people are having less kids now because they're like, look at the state of society, and I don't want to raise kids in this.
I mean, I just don't want kids. I just don't.
I definitely want kids, but I want to find the right person to have them with.
I just don't want to be around kids. Not mine or anybody else's.
Yeah.
Nothing personal. I do have some other notes though.
Let's get them.
Oh,
okay.
There's somebody I watch on YouTube from time to time. His name is Donut Operator. It's a good name. I like it.
Is that the guy that reviews the cop videos?
Yes.
Like the body cams and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in one of the videos, he's reviewing a cop camera and a cop video, and they have the one guy on the driver's side, which is standard, and the person on the passenger side to keep an eye on the window to see what's going on.
Right.
So he's talking to this guy, and he's handing his stuff over to him, and everything seems normal, seems fine. And then he goes to get out of the car, and the other officer's like, gun, gun, gun. And the guy does have a gun. So this guy goes to take his gun and try to put it over his shoulder and shoot the officer behind him. The officer sees this, so he takes his hand and he moves it. The guy ended up shooting himself through the throat.
Wait, so the cop reached in, grabbed the guy's hand.
The guy grabbed the guy's hand that was trying to shoot him.
So
and when he was trying to go this way.
Cop grabbed the driver's hand.
Yeah.
And just swung it.
And swung it, and the guy
shot himself in the
throat.
Did he die?
Yeah. Last I heard he was in critical, but yeah, I think he did die.
Huh.
No, actually, no, it was on a video called "Dumb Ways to Die." So.
Yeah, that stupid annoying song popped into my head of.
Yeah.
Dumb ways to die.
Yeah, I hate that fucking song. It's too catchy. It gets stuck in my head.
Exactly.
Far too easy.
You're welcome.
I was already there.
Oh, okay.
Because I saw the video. but then the next clip, there was another person who did something really smart. He's trying to either carjack people or rob the people, and there's two people in the car. One on the driver's side, one on the passenger side. So he's on the driver's side. The person gets out, and she's running into the store, into the gas station where they're being robbed at. And he's like, oh, shit. So he goes to run. The guy trying to rob it tries to run away. He goes to run to the getaway car. Well, the getaway driver says, fuck this shit, and he drives off without him. Yeah. And then the person who's driving the car that he was trying to rob, he's going to pull out. He sees him standing over there, so he's like, fuck it, I'm going to go run this guy over. He runs over. The guy still has a gun in his hand. He hits him. He goes flying in the air, shoots himself in the head while he's in the air.
Wow.
Yeah. Dumb ways to die.
Well, yes, dumb ways to die, but also dumb ways to get put in fucking prison for voluntary manslaughter or murder.
Last I heard, they didn't have any charges against the driver who hit him, but
that's the same thing as shooting somebody in the back.
Oh,
you were clear. Like, if he has a good enough lawyer, they could argue he was afraid for his life and the lives of everyone else around because of the gun.
Yeah, because but the person in the back was to them. They were running.
Yeah, that's not okay.
No, I thought that too.
Like, maybe the person deserved it, maybe they didn't. That's not for me.
No.
However,
don't put your finger on the trigger.
Don't fucking do that.
Don't put your finger on the trigger.
Well, that too.
Watch World War Z.
We're looking at different shit here.
I know.
Don't run somebody over.
Don't run somebody over, and don't shoot yourself in the head accidentally.
Yeah.
Or don't do it on purpose either.
Jesus.
But yeah, but it's just. Have you seen World War Z?
Yes, I think that's one of the movies that I've seen multiple times because I forget that I've watched it.
Well, he's running up the ramp on the plane. It's wet. He's got his finger on the trigger, and he falls, and he shoots himself in the head. Don't put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to shoot. If you're running with a gun, don't put your finger on the trigger. And if you want to put your finger on the trigger while you're running with a gun, just get a squirt gun. When you accidentally shoot a squirt gun, somebody gets wet. That's all that happens. It's great.
Thanks for explaining how those work.
Yeah, well,
appreciate it.
Well, people don't seem to understand how triggers work, so I had to.
Yeah, definitely not.
Have to dumb it down a little bit.
Yeah,
that's one of the basic rules of guns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep your finger off the trigger unless you're ready to pull it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Know what's behind your target. Don't point at anything unless you're ready to destroy it.
Yeah, and it's always loaded.
Yeah, assume it's loaded.
So yeah, there's a lot of people though that don't understand those, especially cops in classrooms teaching people gun safety. Have you seen those videos?
Oh no,
there's one cop shot himself in the thigh. One cop shot himself in the foot. I think it was one of his toes. Like he shot his toe off, and he kept doing the class. Like he finished the class. I'm like, this is a mistake. So what I did, don't do that. And here's what I did, and this is why this. Because like you have one in the chamber, but how he pulled it out of his holster, he pulled it to where his finger was going to be alongside the trigger,
And it went in.
But yeah, so he pulled it with a trigger pull squeeze of his finger.
Yeah, that happens actually a lot.
Yeah, don't do that. Like trace the side of what do you call it? The upper?
Yeah.
The upper part of your pistol, like where the barrel would run.
Yeah.
Run it right there. So when you draw it, you don't have your finger over the trigger hole.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't know.
There's the old video. I'd seen it on Toss.0 the first time I saw it, where the guy he's standing in front of a paper target. And he's pretty fucking close to this target at that. And he's trying to practice his quick draw. And he's like, oh, fuck, I just shot myself. Or, oh, shit, it's something like that. But it wasn't,
I feel like I haven't seen much from Tosh recently.
Either have I. I'd like to see Tosh live.
I think he came to Reno like
I missed
3 months ago.
I would have liked to have seen that. That's something
It was one of the days we worked.
I like Tosh.
I think I saw it like a week before. I'm like, I don't know that it's worth.
It was at GSR.
Yeah.
I don't drive by GSR anymore, so I don't know. Like, I used to see Bill Burr was coming, and I always want to see him because I love Bill Burr. He's so funny.
Yeah, Bill Burr's great.
But, yeah, I'd seen Tosh had been here another time. I used to mean to go to see him in Vegas, and I never got around to it. He was always at the Mirage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he always had a good thing he said about gambling in Vegas. He goes, the way you win in Vegas is you get booked to do a show at the Mirage, and they give you not a suite, but what's the
penthouse?
No, not a penthouse. It's in the back. It's like their own. It's almost like a house.
I think I know what you're talking about.
But he would say, "Yeah, and get one of those comped." He's like, "That's how you win in Vegas."
Like, oh, thanks. Everybody can just go and do that.
Not the gambling, but the other part.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody can. I'll go do that today. Fuck. I used to know somebody who served those rooms back there too.
Is that called the mansion? I don't know where the mansion is.
I can't remember what they call them.
There's
bungalows or some shit like that.
There's one called the mansion,
Yeah.
and it has like a shitload of suites that are like kind of permanent residents, or like they can be like corporate rent-outs.
Yeah.
Of like
everybody's
like the butlers and
because he draws people.
Yeah.
Especially when his TV show was really taking off, because Tosh.0 was pretty big for a while there. It was on a
long
lot.
time, yeah.
I like it. I haven't watched it in a while, but I used to watch it a lot.
Yep, and then it definitely wasn't the first, but it was one of the better like video clip comedies.
Oh yeah.
Because I think Chris Hardwick did one.
I think so.
Rob Dyrdek obviously did one.
Yeah. I've seen his. I didn't like his like Tosh.0.
It wasn't very.
Plus, they had a panel of people to talk about it, and then you had the one person who was on there just to try to get infectious laughter going, because her laugh is just so fucking loud and obnoxious.
Chanel.
Whatever.
Sounds like a dolphin being beat to death.
Yes. And that was her job. Her job wasn't to be funny. Her job was to laugh.
Well, so most of what that show, Dyrdek show, was based on was it was supposed to be the first time that these people had seen this clip. That's not how it was. Like, that's one of the reasons it got under some hot water for a little bit, because they found out that they were, and it doesn't really matter. It's still entertainment.
Yeah.
Who cares? But they were pretty much scripting, because like,
I was going to say, you have to have a writer. Then
they'd be like, okay, hey, do you want to come on the show? And they're like, yeah, I do. So they're like, okay. They'd send their agent or whoever or them, like, here's the packet for this episode. And it has like, watch these videos so you can think of like certain things to say so that they're semi-improv, but you don't have to like on the spot.
I thought you were going to say that they had a room full of writers who'd be pitching ideas for the different people to say. And he'd be like, yeah, I like that one, or I don't like that one. And
I mean, maybe. Because there was like more of it was scripted than you would think.
Yeah.
And it also wasn't like the genuine reactions to the videos, quote unquote, like they said they were. Because they've already seen them all before.
The thing I don't get is every time I see a picture of Rob Dyrdek, he always looks so pissed off.
Yeah.
Like you're basically...
He does look a lot happier now.
Well, because he owns MTV, basically.
Yeah. He's actually doing a podcast called Build with Rob or something on like business building and like tips and tricks that like he learned throughout his like building successfully everything.
Yeah.
Because like he started from fucking nothing.
Good job.
Yeah.
Listen to our podcast now.
Like I think that's so fucking cool though. Like build a warehouse that basically is just a fuck around and office, and you can sleep there, you can do whatever you want, and it's just dope.
Yeah.
I wish I could skateboard better and I would do the same thing.
Yeah, I'd fall down a lot.
I could skate super quick. I can ollie pretty high. I could never really get kick flips down. And after messing up a couple things and almost breaking my knee, I'm good.
Yeah, you're not gonna do the tricks from Tony Hawk.
No.
Tony Hawk is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did pretty well for himself on his skating too.
Yeah, he was the original good skater.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a lot more now that like make him look like a kindergartner.
Jason Lee from My Name Is Earl, really good skater too. He went to acting
Yes.
though. He was a skater long before he was that.
That makes
I
sense.
loved My Name Is Earl. It's such a good show.
I still haven't watched it.
Which I do have good news. Good news and bad news. It's half good news. Futurama
It's
is
coming
back.
Yeah.
That's the good news. The bad news is it's on fucking Hulu, so there's fucking commercials. But other than that, I'm still gonna watch. I love Futurama.
Did they drop a whole season or they're doing episode by episode?
I don't know. I just saw it's coming out this month.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow I think. No, today.
Well, you'll have to let me know because if it's episode by episode, I'm waiting. I'll forget about it and then I'll watch it in like 3 years. I did just find Christoph Waltz has a series on Amazon called The Consultant. It's based off a book of it's a kind of weird premise. Like he comes in as a consultant for this video game company that makes mobile phone games as opposed to landline phone games. I don't know why I said it like that. They make mobile games. And it's this whole like it's kind of a thriller, but not exactly. It's like a drama thriller.
Yeah.
That's really fucking good. It's 8 episodes. I watched it all yesterday.
I thought about a book that could be written that would be about involving a serial killer. And a serial killer would have a particular MO. Because a serial killer has to have something. They have to have something that tells you that they're, a serial killer, not just a mass murderer.
Right.
They always have to hit the same type of target.
The same way, the same
Same
this,
way,
the same
all
that, yeah.
But this person would go and kill people, and after he'd kill them, he'd go on their phone and trade their best Pokemon to himself. Yeah.
Okay.
But then you have these detectives trying to figure out where's the connection, what's the tie, and nobody's looking for a Pokemon Go and oh, this guy used to have Mewtwo, but now he doesn't. Now he's got a Pidgey instead of a. Then you get the smart, the really smart. Maybe there'll be AI involved, and that'll be the one who will connect the dots.
No, it'll be the basement dweller that like is normally the lab analyst, and he's going through stuff, and he's like, "Oh wow," he's like, "These guys have so many good Pokemon, but they have this like really terrible one that I don't know."
Why do they keep trading these Pidgeys for a Mewtwo? Yeah. What's going on here?
Why do they have so many Magikarp?
Well, that wouldn't be good because I have a lot of Magikarp. Some of them are shiny though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just thought that'd be something. And you'd be like, why do all these always have these shitty Pokemon? And why is it always the same shitty Pokemon?
Yeah.
And why have they always traded it for a Mewtwo? Hours before they die.
Like, there's no way that there's 100 people that all only have Rattatas and Pidgeys, and that's it in their collection.
I only mentioned those the Pidgeys because it used to be very common in the game.
Yeah, especially in Vegas. There's pigeons fucking everywhere.
It was everywhere.
And it was the worst because there's Pidgeys everywhere too.
I remember I was playing on the strip one day and I looked down on my screen and there were so many Pokemon around me, and it wasn't a community day. It wasn't any kind of special event. And I was just surrounded by Pidgeys.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is
like real life.
Yeah. This isn't augmented reality. This is reality.
Yeah.
But I was looking, I'm like, I just did an incense, and this isn't what I was trying to draw to me. These are already here. I don't need this. I even complained to Niantic. I mean, what's going on with this instance? Why am I getting the same shit I always get? Just more of them.
Well, that's how it works.
Yeah, well. Yeah, but I just thought that'd be an interesting way to go, you know. Because then the audience would be like, I don't know what's going on. Every once in a while you'd see the person playing like on their phone, but you wouldn't really know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I mean, if you
you just spoiled it, so.
Yeah. Well, then if my movie comes out, they're not going to know it's that one.
Well, write a script, sell it to Netflix.
Well, they'll buy everything. I just have to pitch the idea.
No, exactly. Write a script.
They have their own writers. They just need the idea. I'll just sell them the idea.
Well, I mean, you have to have a. You don't just go in there and like, here's an idea.
I have an outline.
Yeah, but you got to have like a super padded outline. Like maybe not a full movie script, but a decent bit of like what's going on written out. Like obviously the different scenes can all be written after, but a major like plot line other than outline.
But the of course the nerd who figures it all out, who sits in the basement all the time, he has to be a nerd in name only. Like he'll have the glasses on with the tape, and he'll have the pocket protector. But once he takes the glasses off and puts in his contacts, and he throws the pocket protector away, then he's an Armani suit, and then he's Brad Pitt.
Okay, Netflix isn't going to buy it now.
Well, it doesn't have to be Brad Pitt. Jason Momoa.
Netflix definitely's not going to buy it.
They love Jason
It's
Momoa.
going to be Adam Devine.
That's fine. He's from my same town. Him and I are from the same city. That's fine.
Yeah, I've been thinking.
He even went to the same high school as me. Different years, but he went to the same high school as me.
That's cool. Well, I went to Nevada State for 12th grade, so I don't know. And it was semi-new when I went.
Nevada State. That sounds like he went to prison.
I did not. Nevada State High School. It was the dual credit high school and college program with Nevada State College.
I'm saying you got your diploma in prison. It's fine. You pulled yourself back up.
Yeah, I've been thinking about. I think I've talked about it a little bit before, like how many times I'm watching TV shows and movies, and it's like the scene's building, and then you like just say a line, and that's the next line. You're like, okay, well now here's the next scene, and describe it, and then that's the next scene that happens. I'm like, maybe I should just write some random fucking
I've thought that too.
random script, and then like you make an outline that almost every movie follows.
Yeah.
And then plug in random details, and then like kind of write it down, and narrow it out, and then there you go.
See, most people don't actually write their own books or movies anymore. Now it's a team.
Yeah, but you can write like 60-70% of a movie like script. Like I said, the scenes can be like figured all the way out later. You'd have almost everything, and then you can go pitch it.
See, what we need to collaborate on one, and we can have the Some Offense Intended movie.
Yeah, Some Offense Intended Studios.
Yes, there you go. I like it.
It just made me think of when I was going to school in Arizona, to Collins College. They're gone now because they're pieces of shit. It was an International Academy of Design Technology sister school, like a for-profit design school, that I went to for visual media and game design with a specific game programming. So one term after I started going there, they got in trouble for offering a Bachelor of Science, and the only science they had was programming. So they canceled all the programming classes and went to art.
I remember you telling me about that.
So why I moved from Vegas to Phoenix was because that school had programming.
Yes.
I could have done the art ones in Vegas, and that's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So, however, one of the graduating classes, their senior project was to make a video game of whatever. It was one called Recharge. It was like magnetic-based cars that like recharged on certain parts of the track.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can, like, it's a whole racing thing, and like you hop from one track to the other. So I just found that again because I'm going through posting everything on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
I just found that again with the front of the game manual signed by everybody that did it, and the name of their studio. So I need to look that up to see if they're still doing stuff, like if one of them's a big name now.
Yeah.
Because that'd be pretty dope.
That would be. I really do. We should collaborate on a TV show or a movie or something. Get a series on Netflix.
That'd be cool. I think we need to do. Well, once the video shit starts going, and since that's going to be way easier, we need to get a handle on social media stuff a little better. And
we could do a cross thing between what was it, GTA
and Zelda.
And Zelda, and what was the other one you said?
I don't remember.
You said Zelda is a cross between GTA and.
I'll have to think about it. I don't think it was Elder Scrolls, was it?
I think it was Elder Scrolls, yeah.
Just because it's so open.
Yeah, that's wide open world.
I'll have to think about it. I don't remember.
Sometimes I just go around the areas just.
Hey, Brandon, leave a comment on YouTube of how I described it, please.
Yes, please. But sometimes I just wander around and I just kill monsters.
Yeah.
Some of the monsters, though, they're not easy to kill. Sometimes I have to make a quick escape.
Yeah.
But it was funny. I was playing yesterday, and weird things happened. I'm walking through this thing, and I'm like, oh, I got plenty of food. I'm not going to hunt unless I see something, And then I saw something I really wanted to get, so I go to shoot it, and this thing runs between these bushes and shit. I'm like, I can't even see it. I'm like, chances are I'm not even going to hit this. I don't even know what's standing there. I shoot. I hit it. It's dead.
Okay. I was gonna say, and then it just kills you. Like what?
No,
it's the story.
But I couldn't even see it. I heard it get hit. So then I had to go through and I find it, and the other deer is running around, panicked or something. So I go to pick up the meat, and the other deer runs between me and the meat. So when I hit the button to pick up the meat, instead of picking up the meat, I jump on the other deer's back. So I'm riding this deer, and I'm trying to calm it down. I go to hit the button to get a screen capture of my character riding a deer.
And you accidentally shove the sword through the neck.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, a monster shot a rock at me and knocked me off the deer, so I didn't get the picture of it. Yeah, that monster that hit me with that rock, he had to pay. That pissed me off. I'm like, I just caught a deer. I was riding a deer. And then 5 feet away from that, I look over. I'm like, oh, there's a bear. I'm going to have to kill that.
I was going to say, did you go jump on the bear next?
No, the bear saw me. It was going to start coming towards me.
Oh, you should have jumped on it.
It started to go up like this and put its paws up, and I'm like, oh, that's going to end badly if I don't do something.
Should have jumped on it.
I should have.
Should have rammed it with the deer.
Oh, but I
the antlers through it.
I've ridden horses that were skeleton horses.
That sounds like a Red Dead Redemption thing.
Oh, it's underground. It's in the chasm. It's great because you can ride over things that you can't do on foot. Because if you walk on it on foot, your character gets killed.
Huh.
Slowly, but killed. So you ride across on this skeleton horse. What's it going to do that? It's already dead.
Yeah. That's cool.
And that one I had to shoot something off of it so I could steal the horse.
Was it a skeleton warrior?
Yes.
Imagine that.
Didn't see that one coming, did you?
I did not.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's some cool shit in the game, though. But
I've been enjoying Fortnite a little more because I've been playing it with my nephew.
Yeah.
And like,
are you beating him?
No, we're playing together.
All right.
We're playing duos.
I thought maybe you were enjoying it because you were winning.
Like that's we win almost most of the time. We win at least one game a day.
All right.
When we play, and we'll play for like an hour and a half, something. But I think it's a lot more enjoyable for me because like it doesn't matter. I'm just playing, having fun, like enjoying time with my nephew. Trying not to cuss. Dude, pretty decent at it. Like not cussing with my 12-year-old nephew on the mic.
It's good.
And not getting super mad because my 12-year-old nephew's on the mic.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, plus you're also not playing with people that you know that are going to talk trash to you if you fuck up.
Yeah. So like it's a little bit of like here and there. I'm like, why'd you do this? Like maybe we should do this next time, or like talk out loud. Like he's like, well, why didn't you this? I'm like, that's a good idea. Like I should do that next time.
Yeah.
Of just like a little bit of tips and tricks, swapping back and forth to try to get better. And like he's infinitely better than when he first started.
Nice.
Because like when he first started, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You're playing like a bot. Like stop it. Like why did you just walk past those 5 chests? You know they have guns in them.
Yeah.
So no, now he's pretty good.
I've never actually played that game. When the last time I worked at the World Series of Poker, they had some things there for some kind of whatever video game leagues there are.
Yeah.
And they had a stage with setup stuff there, and there were people who were playing it there. But they were usually by the time I got there, they were wrapping up for the day because I worked the night shift. I was there from 8 until 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the most I've really ever seen. I've seen some YouTube videos here and there.
Yeah, I play on mouse and keyboard now. It gives you a lot more control because you can like quick flick with the mouse.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more difficult on aiming and recoil control. Aiming because if you use a controller, you have slight aim assist.
Right.
And with recoil control, you just pull down slightly on the stick, and it'll fight the recoil equally. Like once you find the sweet spot. Whereas with a mouse, if you click to shoot, you have to like slowly keep dragging the mouse down. So like, say you have something with 100 rounds in the mag.
Yeah.
You have to like start at the furthest part of your mouse pad and slowly and consistently drag straight down to fight the recoil. And you run out of mouse pad
I don't
space.
want that.
So
I've never enjoyed using the keyboard and the mouse.
I've been thinking about switching back to controller, but I've been playing on mouse and keyboard for so long now, like 2.5 years ish. Like even Call of Duty, like I'll try to switch back. Like with building, I've been playing no build Fortnite, 0 build, because it's so much better because you don't have the kids that just like insta tower, and they're just insane with building everything.
Yeah,
like they can build a fucking full castle by the time you sneeze, and then they're on top and they're just shitting on you.
Yeah, that's not
so
good.
I'm like, I don't
do
mouse
that.
and keyboard is a lot easier to build because you can hotkey everything, and like with the quick flick of the mouse, like you can just do everything you need. So I got used to mouse and keyboard on Call of Duty and Fortnite, and then tried to go back to controller to have the little bit of aim assist.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it just feels so much slower with the sticks that you can't do anything. And then if I turn it up, then you can't fucking hit anybody. I'm like, I don't know.
I remember years ago, my brother would have me over and he'd want to play games on his computers, and we'd do LAN games, and I never liked where my fingers were on the keyboard or.
It takes some getting used to, for sure.
So I never got used to it, and now I don't have a PC, so I'm not getting used to it anytime soon.
I mean, you can play mouse and keyboard on a PS5 and a Xbox Series X.
No. I'd have to go and buy a keyboard and a mouse to do that now. I'm not doing that.
Definitely.
But I did find something interesting on with an Xbox controller. You can actually buy this little adapter thing that goes on the bottom of it.
To plug it into a Switch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh just found that out because he bought one thinking that it was going to work with the computer, and it's the Switch only.
All right. I was going to say, you knew about this? And I bought a Pro controller, and you never told me?
He just told me.
I'm like, I could have used this.
I think it was like 4 or 5 days ago.
I could have used it as a Pro controller.
Yeah.
But I have the Pro controller now, so
he might still have it if you want it.
I probably do. But I have the Pro controller, and I can always now, because I don't want to use those Joy-Cons when I'm playing Zelda or Pokemon or something.
No,
except for like Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee, you have to throw the ball with the controller.
Oh, okay.
I won't play with the Pro. That's why I need to get the ball. But on Amazon, the ball, it used to be like $50. They want over $200 for it now. No, thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm not getting that.
Do you remember the Pokemon sets that we got, the card sets?
Yeah.
Are those worth more?
They've gone up some, but not
okay.
Huge amount. I looked it up again very recent. I meant to tell you about it this week at work.
That's probably why I asked.
Yeah, it was on my mind. I thought about it.
Heard you thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might post those last then.
Yeah,
I'm going through everything, and
I'm just holding out. All the places were sold out almost immediately.
Where I bought them, they weren't. I think it was on Amazon.
I bought mine.
It was like a week or two.
I had bought mine from Pokemon.
I don't remember if I did it on Amazon because the one had the ripped open plastic blister.
Yeah, I remember.
So, and they're like, we can't refund just one. I'm like, I bought 6 individual ones. I didn't buy a fucking set.
I didn't buy a 6-pack.
Yeah, so, and I just ended up not fucking doing anything. Like, fuck you. So yeah, I don't know.
Well, you should probably sell me that one at a discount because then I can open a pack. Because I haven't opened mine. Mine are still waiting.
Yeah, mine are just on the shelf.
Because I'm gonna go ahead and sell them. But
I need to look up
those are the Pokemon Go tie-in ones.
on the 360 for Halo 3 and ODST and Reach. I have almost every like Xbox avatar accessory, like the skins, the monitor, like everything to do with Halo.
Yeah.
And those are no longer available because Halo Waypoint has been down, like turned off for years.
Yeah.
I think since like 2020, 2021.
I'm not sure.
So I need to look at the legalities of selling digital items that are licensed collectibles.
Yeah.
Because I have the file and you copy the file, so I still have it to sell again.
Nice.
So I need to look up like the certain legalities of either Microsoft, Bungie, 343, of like their digital distribution and stuff to see if it's a gray area, because they pulled the server down, so it's making me think it's free game now. Especially in the world we live in now of digital collectibles, NFTs and whatever, but these aren't NFTs, but they're digital collectibles that I have someone interested in already.
Nice.
So
I speaking of ODST though, I have not actually played ODST, but it's available on Xbox.
It's a lot of fun. It's a really good storyline.
I got so irritated with Halo 3 that I liked Halo 3, I just didn't, there's things that pissed me off, and then I was just out.
Yeah, play ODST on like regular, on like normal mode.
Yeah.
But it's a very good storyline.
It's just when Master Chief wasn't there anymore, I'm like, I'm out. I liked Master Chief. That's
Well, yeah, but I mean, 1, 2, 3, they have to do something else, and then he comes back. So like ODST is the ODST Shock Trooper team. Reach is Noble Team. And then I think Halo 4 and 5 is when
Master
Chief comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Unlimited or something, whatever the current one is.
Infinite.
Infinite, that's it.
And so Infinite pisses me off a little bit because there's something about it. It's just, it doesn't feel like Halo anymore. Like, it's definitely Halo. It has a lot of.
Well, they have
Halo
to do
movement.
something different. They can't have it feel the same.
They can. That's how a lot of games are successful.
I know.
But the thing that makes me more mad is the merch side of things. Is they've been re-releasing like all the stuff that they're doing merch-wise.
Yeah.
80% of it is a remake of old merch with Infinite branding.
Yeah,
so it's hard to find like old stuff or like what old stuff's worth because Infinite has it again.
Yeah, that ruins it.
That's just like car manufacturers doing the same shit. Like Dodge re-released the Power Wagon, so now it's hard to find the truck that I like.
Yeah.
And the years that I like, because if you look up Dodge Power Wagon, everybody and their mom's fucking selling one from like 2019. I don't want that one. I want
There's
the
a reason
fucking
they're selling
70s
from
one.
2019. Because nobody wants it.
Yeah, and then like the Jeep redid the why can't I fucking think of that? It was like the Wagoneer. The Wagoneer.
Oh, the Wagoneer. Yeah.
They redid the Wagoneer, so now those are hard to find. Not that I wanted those, but you could make some pretty good money, like buy a Wagoneer, get it running, clean it up a little bit, and those are big collector items. For some reason, people fucking loved them.
I don't know why. But,
So
that reminds me, when I was at Maverick picking up my Dr. Pepper today,
yeah,
some guy was parked in his Dodge Dart.
that's gross.
And he had to take up multiple spaces because, he didn't want somebody to hit his RT Dodge Dart. Or no, his GT Dodge Dart.
Yeah. Don't worry. He's going to drive it another 6 months, and it's going to be a lawn dart because it'll just be fucking sitting in his yard.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, from day one, when those things leave the lot, they already know there's transmission problems. So it's like,
yeah.
Why?
Well, the only thing worse than a dart is the Avenger.
Oh, yeah, the Avenger or the Caliber.
The Caliber has worse roll ratings. I think it looks a little better than the Avenger, though.
The Avenger is they made improvements on it. They called it a Charger. I'm serious. Look at them next to each other. You can see their similarities.
We'll talk about this next week because we're already over an hour.
Yeah.
I can talk about cars and their designs for a while.
But I actually do like the Dodge Charger.
They look pretty good.
I drove one from Vegas to California, and it was pretty nice. And it wasn't even like the Hemi. It was the base model.
Yeah.
It didn't have shit. The minivan I drove back had more options.
What minivan?
Oh, it was their Dodge Caravan.
Oh, okay.
But it was like the
Yeah.
it had everything except no Hemi, not either.
Aw.
I would have done the little kid voice going Hemi like in the stupid commercials.
Give us a follow, like, share, and subscribe stuff.
Please.
On Facebook, Instagram, at Some Offense Intended, YouTube.com/@ Some Offense Intended, Twitter, Some Offense Pod, which now has an X logo instead of the bird, because Elon Musk is Elon Musk.
I want the bird back.
Get ready to see video clips.
It's a tweet.
No, it's not a tweet. It was a bird. Goodbye.